Hi guys. Hello. I'm going to give you just a minute or two to pop in here. I'm so excited to be here with you today. And so we'll just pop, it will give people a minute or so to pop in. Everybody grab your beverages, your favorite bevy. I am drinking my absolute favorite. You will hardly ever find me without a cup of coffee in my hand, okay? So grab your favorite coffee, grab your favorite brew, whatever it is that tickles your fancy, grab it, fill it up, and get ready to strap in and enjoy this ride with me. I'm so excited here. I want to just take a minute before we get started today, first and foremost, to welcome each and every one of you. Thank you for coming to the Empowerment Summit. This is day one. We're so excited. Each one of us speakers has poured our heart and soul into preparing for this summit, and we're so glad to be here with you today. I see that there are 3 beautiful souls. Drop your names in the comments, say hi, let me know you're here so I can see the amazing souls supporting today. Good morning. Idalise, welcome. If I said that wrong, I apologize. But everybody pop in, hello. Grab your favorite beverage, grab a pen, a notebook, because we're gonna get started. And it's about to be on, y'all. Are you ready? Are you ready today? I want you to put yes in the comments. But I wanted to take a moment and first and foremost say thank you to Michelle for hosting this summit and allowing us to come into her space this week to share our love, our truth, boldly and unapologetically with this audience and all of its gorgeous souls. So thank you, Michelle, for having us this week. Thank you for giving us this space and grace to share our truth with you. We're so glad to be here. Oh, guys, what a beautiful, beautiful morning. I just want to give everybody a minute to get in here, so I might ramble a little bit here at first to just get everything going. Drop in where you're at today. Where are you coming in from? Share with us where you're at and what's the weather like this morning here in northern Michigan, central northern Michigan. We are overcast. We've been getting some of that crazy weather and rain, so So we are staying indoors. It's about 53 degrees right now, and it's a little chilly for me, but that's okay. All right. Well, like I said, I'm so glad you're here today, and I wrote a little poem for you, and I hope you don't mind I take a few minutes and share it with you as we get today started. Because I think it really sets the stage, it sets the tone for the conversation we're going to have today about will the real you, not the real you. Please stand up. And so just bear with me because I have worked on memorizing it, but I have my notes here to just kind of make sure we stay. So if you see me look over, you guys give your girl grace because this is my very first speaking summit, and the little girl inside of me who's been praying for this moment is super excited and just ready to go. So, snake oil for sale, cure your fears, your debts, your doubts. Buy my course and figure it out. No need to hustle, no need to try. Pay me once and touch the sky. No skills, no brand, don't shed a tear. Grab your laptop and poof, cash appears. Sound familiar? If it does, I want you to drop 1 in a comment because it's what we're being fed and it's leaving us to wonder and be invisible, asking the question, is it me instead? Now I just want to take a moment before we get started to be real with you. I didn't come here today to just motivate you. I came today to put a fire in you that not even hell itself could extinguish. This is a holy, divine moment where the mirrors, the spiritual disruption, the holy mic drop happen. Because while the rest of the world is out there curating perfection, sorry guys, while the rest of the world's out there curating perfection, we are here being real. And so I challenge you today to listen. Listen to the real you that is inside. Listen to the real you that is speaking in these moments. She's the you that wants to come to the screen, or he's the you that wants to come to the screen today. And unapologetically show up. So will the real you, R-E-A-L-U, not the real you, R-E-E-L-U, please stand up. You know, if you don't know me, first and foremost, my name's Sue Goucher. I'm a personal brand and business strategist, a speaker, and unapologetically teaching people how to show up on screen, building bold brands, and burning the blueprint we were told was the only way to show that there is more than one way. Burning that blueprint that everyone said would lead to millions, but really just left to a bunch of confusion and frustration. So I'm so glad you're here with me today. And my story and Sass and Class's story started just about 12 months ago when life threw me a huge curveball I never expected. I was let go from corporate America after several events snowballed into bigger issues, leading me to be jobless and unable to find work. And this was a crumbling moment for me. I had to pack my life of 13 years that I built in Las Vegas, and I packed it into a storage unit, packed 2 duffel bags and a carry-on, and came back to Michigan to my family's home, where I sat and cried, got frustrated, got angry, got depressed and sad, because I wanted more than anything to be successful. And it's always been my strive to get there. If you can relate to that feeling of knowing there's more, and that more keeps knocking at your heart, I want you to put a 1 or a heart in the comments, because I see you, I feel you, and I was you. And in certain instances, I still am you, because we're all on a journey to becoming our next. We're all on the journey to becoming the best version of ourselves to ever exist. I'm sure many of you have probably heard that terminology before. But I want you to know that it's okay. It's okay to have your dreams and continue to go after it. It's okay to be messy. It's okay to be broken. It's okay. Often we are shown that we have to have it all put together, that we have to be strong, that we can't show the weakest parts of ourselves or the most vulnerable parts of ourselves, right? We're told that if we just follow this blueprint, or that leads us to 5K, or we follow this course, or we take this course, that's going to lead us to millions, right? How many of you have fallen prey to that lie and snake oil? Because I know I have. In fact, I built a whole brand prior to Sass and Class off of everybody else's thoughts, ideas, and opinions of who I was supposed to be, how how I was supposed to show up, what I was supposed to be doing, what I was supposed to be saying, what colors I was supposed to be doing, what messaging I was supposed to be doing. Can you relate? All the noise in your head. It just gets so incredibly thick and loud, and it leaves you, like my poem said, it leaves you questioning, is it me? Is there something wrong with me? Am I doing something wrong? Am I not fit for this? Am I not capable? Had so many of those moments. And in fact, the birth and the coronation of Sass in Class came from me sitting at my grandfather's kitchen table just a few feet away from me, where I was crying and telling my grandfather I was such a failure because at 40, I'm starting over. At 40, I don't have a family. I don't have a job. I lost all my friends in my life, and I'm sitting at the kitchen table just crying, you guys, just sobbing. And my grandfather looks so lovingly at me, and he says, build. You've got to build it. You can do this. This is not the end of you. This is the beginning. And in that moment, I was not only comforted, but I was given permission to sit at the chair at my grandfather's kitchen table, staring out into the countryside of northern Michigan. And my grandfather says, now build. He gave me a place to build from. So what did I do? I got to work. It was my coronation moment. It was the very moment that Sass in Class was really, truly born. And I started to show up. I started to step into my bright colors and my bright, loud, vibrant personality, my sassy, witty self. I created the language of sassitude, which is, I say, unapologetically stepping into your truth. And the word sass, so many of you, right? So many of you know that the word sass is like associated with bad, like it has bad connotations, like don't be a sassy pants, don't sass back. Like how many of you know you heard that from mom as a kid, right? But did you know that sass actually was meant to be a cheeky, empowering word that was supposed to be used for women's empowerment? And so when I learned that about sass, I gave it a whole new meaning. Are you ready for it? Spiritual authority serving souls. Now, when the Lord gave me this, when God gave me this, when Spirit gave me this, I was like, oh, that's cute. Spiritual authority serving souls. Let's go. But God is showing me just how not cute that is and just how powerful it is, because I had to lean in to Spirit. I had to lean in to the within. Often we're so crowded in our head with the noise from the world, the noise from the gurus and the experts, the noise from our friends and our family, that we can't even just hear the still small voice within. So I had to get really close to that voice and listen. And once I did, the real R-E-A-L me, not the one everybody said couldn't have bright colors, couldn't be sassy because no one would take her seriously, the one that couldn't share her message and her truth that way because, you know, people are going to feel criticized or called out or angry because of the way you're saying it, like you're stuck up, you're snotty, you're conceited. You can't come with bright pink colors, and you can't come with sassy graphics. That's too much. That's too loud. Who can relate to being the child that was silenced and told you're too loud? Stop talking. We're silenced in so many ways in our truth. And if there's one thing I want you to walk away from today, it's that your truth, your story, your passion to become her or him, or just become the next in your journey, is so divinely inspired by God, universe, power, and source. And so I wanted to talk to you today about the 3 mindset shifts that I had that really led me to becoming the real me, becoming that bold, sassy, unapologetic self that I've become today. And then actually the first one started at a summit just like this, sitting in a seat, watching speakers. And the thing of it is it wasn't a speaker in the room who actually spoke the truth that I needed to hear that would become a pivotal piece of my journey. It was in a breakout room. In a breakout room where we were connecting and we were chatting. And this individual, his name is A.M. Williams. And A.M. looked at me after I shared a bit of my story and my journey. And he says, "Young lady, you have a choice. There is a table of abundance set for you, with a chair and a feast and a meal. And yet while this table is set for you up here, you're down here eating off the scraps on the floor." He said, "You're pouring all of your knowledge and your wisdom, your spirit, your power." He's like, "You're pouring it down here in the dirt, in the mud, in the muck of your victimhood." He said, "When are you going to stop throwing your pearls before the swine of your victimhood and come up here to the table of abundance set for you?" And he said it in this phrase that I've never forgotten, that has become my true north, my compass. And he said, "Heather, when are you going to stop playing at lost level down here and come up to the table of abundance and play at boss level?" And when I heard that, you guys, I didn't know how to take it initially. But I didn't also realize how pivotal it was going to be for me as it began to manifest and I began to actually embody it. Choosing to always play at boss level, even when my victimhood came in, my limiting beliefs, my perfectionism, my comparison trap, like all of our biggest predators of our mind that keep us in our victimhood, right? I call them the mean girl squad. I have in mine, I have named them. I have Jealous Jade, who's my comparison trap. I have Felicia Foe, who's my imposter, and I have Polly Perfect, who is my perfectionist. I always tell Polly to go stuff it in a pocket, right? So, anyway, AM said, when are you going to stop playing at lost level and come up here and play at boss level? Because this table has been set for you. You just haven't chose to come up to the table and sit and eat from the feast that was prepared for you. And I didn't know what that meant exactly at first, but as I started to make choices and decisions and I just started to show up, I found that was the question I would ask myself in everything that I was doing. Am I coming to this with boss level, or am I coming to this with boss level, or am I coming to with this with loss level? And I would always choose and find myself that if I started to see that I was at loss level down here playing small, I would figure out how to raise the bar to come up to boss level and sit at the tables and be at the rooms that I deserve to be in to get me up here to this table of abundance that I now sit at, which is so beautiful. And abundance isn't just monetary. Abundance is, community, it's opportunity, it's friendship, it's just showing up for you. Being abundant I think it just gets lost in the money conversation, that it's always about abundance, but it's about so much more. And when you take the journey to realizing that, you see how abundant you are. And you actually see where you already sit at the table in areas of your life. So, so whatever you do, I hope that you'll take this statement away. Stop playing at loss level and start playing at boss level, and you'll use it as a compass to your next. The next mindset shift that I had came from one of my beautiful soul sisters. And we've all seen this phrase. It's floating around the internet. It's on t-shirts. It's become quite the slogan. But my soul sister, Brittany, she brought it to a whole new level for me. And that's let them. Right? I'm sure you've heard it. If you've heard it, put let them in the comments. The power of let them. Because for so long, I let the voices and the thoughts and the ideas of everybody else control me. I let them be my compass. I let them be my deciding factor. I let them, but I didn't let them the right way. I was weighing in on them. I was expecting them. I needed them. I wanted them. I craved them. I craved their input in everything I did because I didn't trust myself. I didn't trust who I was becoming. I didn't trust the journey to becoming her, or the journey to stepping into my next. So Brittany and I were talking. When, give me just a second. My throat's drying out. Brittany and I were talking one day, and we were having a conversation about internal family systems, which she calls parts work. And so Brittany and I were diving deep into parts work and people pleasing and tearing back some layers, because I don't know about you, but I definitely am a recovering people pleaser. So we were peeling back these layers in my story, and Brittany said, Heather, you just need to let them. You need to let them have their thoughts. Let them have their opinions. Let them have their judgments. Let them have their voice. Just let them. And I had heard the let them statement, but I had never heard it put in that context. And Brittany said something at the end of it that really stuck with me, that really cemented the bulletproof vest that let them became. And that was this. She said, because they're entitled to their thoughts, ideas, and opinions of you. That's, it's a free country. It's a free world. We can speak our minds. But it doesn't get to define you. It doesn't get to determine who you are, because you know who you are and whose you are. And for me in that moment, I'm like, you're right, girl. I do. I do know who I am, and I do know whose I am. And something switched that day. Something in my head, in my heart, and I started to let them. All the people that told me I was being too sassy, and because I was being too sassy, it was going to go to hell. All the people that said that I was going to be unconsidered and labeled unprofessional because I was witty and sassy, and bold and unapologetic, I just let them. And I just started to let them. And it allowed me to turn off the mic of everybody else and turn on the mic of me and my story, the way I wanted to share it. Often I feel like we're trying to share our stories. We're trying to share our wisdom through the lens of other people, through the lens of what someone told us we have to share it through, not through the lens that our heart is truly screaming for, not through the mic that our soul is screaming to. there is a message deep within inside each and every one of us that's so important. And let me tell you this, if you are 1 degree better, 1% better every single day, then you can lead, you can coach. 1% better is all we need to be every single day to be winning and successful at what we do. And that's what I do now. I let them, and I just continue to shut down the noise and remind myself over and over and over again, especially when it hurts or it stings, the words, because words have power. I just let them. I let them have their thoughts, let them have their opinions. It is not my definition of me. And I don't want others' voices to be your definition of you. You deserve to come out. If you're witty and sassy, be witty and sassy. If you're quiet and calm, be quiet and calm, right? If you're goofy and silly and entertaining, be goofy, silly, and entertaining. This is all part of the real you. Taking bold, unapologetic steps and moves to just show up and push the button and be the person you want to be, but maybe you're afraid. Maybe you're afraid of that judgment. Maybe you're afraid of those opinions. But remember, please walk away remembering this today, is that the real you is important. She or he is just as important as the REELU that the rest of the world wants you to show up as. The real you, REALU, is what's going to magnetize you to your clients. And that's exactly what happened to me. When I started to step into the real me, the sassy, sarcastic, witty, but loving and gentle soul that I am, bold and unapologetic, I started to call in my real community. I started to call in real opportunity by stepping from lost level and coming up to boss level. Now, my amazing boyfriend, he taught me 3 statements that really cemented my journey and allowed me to manifest more in my life. The first statement is, it gets to be okay. No matter what's happening, we get on shaky ground, or we're not sure what's going to happen next, or our compass goes from true north to spinning. Just use this simple manifesting statement. It gets to be okay. If I could tell you guys the number of times I've used that statement, like when I first came to Northern Michigan, I was living with my mom. It wasn't really working out the best. And I was asked to leave just by her boyfriend. And I didn't know where I was going to go. I was up a creek without a paddle, but I kept saying, it gets to be okay. It gets to be okay. And the second phrase is, it gets to happen. And I kept saying that every single day. It gets to be okay, and it gets to happen. And I will have a place to stay. I will have a place to build my business. I will have financial security. It gets to happen. And then when it did happen, I said one of my other favorite phrases that my boyfriend taught me, and that's, thank you, universe, more please. And the more I did that, the more that's manifested. I mean, this year has been the wildest, crazy ride for me as an entrepreneur, stepping into rooms and stages that I never dreamed of being in before, putting myself out there as an expert in my field and in the industry, exercising that thought leadership muscle. Being published 3 times was not something I ever dreamed of in all of my days. But I bring all this to you guys today because I want to see more people just be them. the man or the woman that sat on the couch or the chair, wherever it was where your dream first manifested, where the idea and the seed was first placed in your heart to grow your business or start the venture or step into the group, whatever it was, I want you to connect with that person, because it's that person on the other side of the screen that's looking at you and watching you, and he or she is waiting for the opportunity to work with you, but they want to see the possibility while you become him or her. That gives them the permission and optimism to see their next. So we never know what beautiful soul is just a few steps behind us, waiting for us to step into that next and fully embody and show them that they are capable. It is capable, or they are capable, and it is possible to get there. And then it may give them the courage to step into the journey, to really own their truth at the end of the day, and go out there and push that button and unmute the mic to show the magic. And so that is my talk, you guys. And I apologize if you're hearing stuff in the kitchen. Grandpa's in the kitchen right now doing some stuff, so I'm sorry if there's noise in the background. But that's really, that's my prayer for you. That's my message for you, is will the real you, the one who is tired of all of the rules, the one who is tired of playing by everybody else's game, the one who's ready to truly succeed, because it was when I stepped into her and I started putting all the noise to silence and trusting myself, trusting my intuition, and tapping into this unapologetic personality that lived within me and bringing it out to the world through my personal brand in a way that connected, in a way that grabbed hearts and spirits and souls, and has built my That Girl empire. And That Girl empire with a few good guys, right? Because I have some amazing business brothers and sisters. But I want to invite you. I have an opportunity for each of you to book a call with me. I have what I call my brainstorm call. And my brainstorm call does a few things. First, it's going to show you what's working and what's not. Secondly, it's going to show you the gaps that are secretly stealing your success. And lastly, we're going to come up with a few strategies that are going to help you go from crickets to conversations. And that is usually a $111 call, and I'm going to gift it to you guys for free this week. So if you book by the end of the week, I will, I'll be honoring that for you. So I will drop the link for you guys in the group and on the thread of this live afterwards for you to sign up for that call. And if there's anybody have any questions, any comments, anything you want to discuss, this last few minutes, I'm just opening up the floor to discussion. If not, you guys, thank you so much for being here today. But I'll give you a few minutes to just chime in. I hope you enjoyed my talk about the real you, not the real you. Please stand up, and I hope you make that declaration for your life. To stop playing at boss level, or stop playing at loss level and start playing at boss level, to let them, and to really just step into building your empire for you, for no one else. If anything, don't build for anybody else. Build for the seed that the Spirit set for you the day it started knocking on your heart, because trust me, if you don't, the knock only gets louder. Okay. So that's it. That's all. If you don't have any questions, I'll let you guys get back to your busy days. Thank you so much again for being here. Michelle, again, thank you for giving us this stage to talk and share on today. And I can't wait to see what everybody else brings to the table and what we're all going to learn together this week. So any questions, just drop them in the comments and I can address them. And if not, we'll go about our day. We'll pour another glass of coffee and, continue killing it. So, Stacy, Kara, Kelly, anybody got a question? Anybody got a comment? Anything? I'm more than happy to answer. And if not, like I said, we'll end here in a few minutes. I just want to give everybody a few minutes. And the next speaker, I believe, comes on in just a few minutes anyway. So we'll give you a few minutes to grab some coffee and grab a refill. Thank you guys again for being here today. I hope you have an amazing day. I hope you enjoyed my talk and took some nuggets away from it. And we'll see you soon. Bye, guys.